Story 1. Flag MC found on BBC News.
A UK resident, who used to be an elected member of the European Parliament, was recently told she needed planning permission to fly the EU flag from her property. She was given a long list of what rules mean a flag cannot be flown freely. Oi, you got a license for that flag? One of the rules were if the UK was a member of that union or body, permission is not needed. She has now informed her local council enforcing the flag rules that she is flying the Council of Europe flag, of which UK is a member and therefore no permission is needed. That flag? Identical to the EU flag. BBC News, former MEP will continue flying European flag after feedback. Edit, correction.
Comment 1, good for her. Quite a large loophole that I don't see how they can close.
Comment 2, Council of Europe, not the European Council, two different bodies. Comment 3, thank EU for flagging this.
Comment 4, malicious compliance without having to lift a finger. Perfect.
Comment 5, what is the reasoning for not allowing a private individual to fly any flag they want on their property as long as it wasn't something like a swastika?
Comment 6, nice comeback from her.
Story 2. Yes, sir.
When I was at the army, I was drill sergeant and trained some new recruits. I was fair and not like one of these douchebags. I did everything I ordered them to do with them together, to show them how to lead. I liked it that way and my squad also liked that I get dirty with them. So my standing in the company was quite good and I was appreciated. After a couple of months, I had to switch company and a pretty young and fresh second lieutenant was my new leader. He was kinda same age as me, but was full of discipline and wanted to spread his knowledge. What you need to know, we all salute each other, but the other formalities were just needed and required when there were some official things to do. But not for this guy. He ordered me to be like a real soldier, and salute every time I enter the room where he is and speak with him, how it should be and be more respectful. Cue malicious compliance. Every time I entered the room where he was, I put on all the military manners I got, and I have a lot of them, saluted him and spoke only highly official with him. Only shorts reports, yes sir, no sir, as you wish sir. And I continued this for days and weeks. Every other officer looked at him like, dude, are you serious, that you want it like that? And he became more and more embarrassed. He even told me, please, don't say yes sir no more, because we both know this means go F yourself. I just responded with yes sir, anything else sir? And we both knew that I would continue this behavior. At the end, when I left there, all but him thanked me for what I did and we all had a big laugh about this. But I think he did not appreciate his order and will think twice in the future. For me, it was just him and I liked to show that I got respect and manners. It was a very funny time.
Comment 1, sir, beg to report, sir, that's a great story. Sir.
Comment 2, I never surveyed in the military, it would have been either very good or very bad for me, no middle ground. But for I've read, the sergeant is the one who really knows the ropes and a second lieutenant would be very wise to listen to them. Looks like this second wasn't wise.
Comment 3, you may want to put this on r/malicious compliance as well. Comment 4, asterisk yes sir, anything else sir, asterisk LMAO.
Comment 5. Reminded me I was E7 chief gunner's mate on a large ship. One of my fellow chiefs made warrant officer. A couple months later I was walking to the ship along the pier when the aforementioned warrant officer was coming the other way. I was like, how is it going? He is, did you forget something? Me no, pretty squared away. He said, you forgot to salute. Oh okay, gave him as snappy a salute as I could muster. Went to the chief's mess. We had 80 E7 and above. So got the word out to every enlisted man on board to make sure they didn't pass up an opportunity to salute this guy. If 10 of them were walking down the pier and saw him, they would spread out, so he had to return 10 salutes. He got plenty of saluting practice in the next couple of months.
Comment 6, God bless your military mind. Teaching a second LT a life lesson he earned.
Story 3. Annoy me while I'm trying to make the shopping list? Okay then.
Kind of a small one, but lately my dad and older brother have been trying to push the job of making the shopping list onto me. Of course, because I don't know how much they need since I'm the least food-interested person in the house, I need someone's help with making the list. As Dad had gone to bed, my brother helped me. Well, he helped me. He would sit there and tell me which item I needed to check, one at a time, and give me a vague or stupid answer as to how much we needed of something. For example, we needed 35 tubs of mint ice cream, or the amount of beer we needed was a fridge, and I was getting annoyed. Especially because he was trying to watch a movie at the time, and kept pausing and unpausing it between items, so I had to deal with him always telling me to shut up and wait for the end of the scene or a good time to pause, which took several minutes per item. For a full shopping list for 3 people and a cat. Did I mention it was like 11:45 p.m. when we started doing this, and this is after he had dragged his feet on helping for 3 days? Eventually, I got sick of it and started writing exactly what he said when it came to his foodstuffs. So we needed an amount of veggie burgers, just guess of tuna, shut up this is a good bit of dark cooking chocolate and look at the silly moggy of butternut squash. And so on. By the time we were done, it was past 2 a.m. and I was knackered, stressed, and satisfied with my work. I took the list upstairs to my dad, left it on his bedside table with a sticky note that said if anything looks wrong, just don't get it. In the morning, Dad went to do the shopping. He came back with everything I eat and he eats, but my brother was missing about 85% of his food items. When my brother asked WTF happened, my dad said that he couldn't tell whether we needed to get some things because the amounts of those things seemed unusual or costly, and felt that it was safer if he didn't buy those things. It turns out Dad had been kept awake by my brother's movie for 2.5 hours last night and was as sick to the back teeth with it as I was. My brother had to walk up to the local shop and buy as many of his things as he could from there, they didn't have everything, out of his own money. He even had to make 2 trips because he couldn't carry everything the first time. It's a mile walk there, meaning he had to walk 4 miles in total to buy his food out of his pocket. Dad wouldn't drive him because he had a long run to do, and I sure as hell wasn't going to help. I was too busy eating my Pringles that I forgot to put on the list. I'm still going to have to help make the list in future, but when I do, something tells me my 27-year-old brother will help properly next time.
Comment 1. Great job. 27-year-olds can think of and make their own grocery list. I suggest you don't ask him at all. If he doesn't think of it in time for the list, then he can go get it himself.
Comment 2. They're very well old enough to make up their own lists. Get 3 sheets of paper, put each name at the top of each paper, maybe 4 if you want to have a separate one for communal/household items. Every time one of them notices something they are low on, or the household needs, they're responsible for putting it on the paper. If it's not on there, it doesn't get bought. Get your own supplies of TP and such so you're not stuck without when they invariably forget to put it on the list. Honestly, writing it down immediately when it's noticed there's a need is the best way. Things don't get forgotten and you're not running around last minute trying to figure out what's needed.
Comment 3. Try this list thing with 3 smart-ass kids in the house. My list from kids. Flintstones chewable morphine. Booze. Rubbers. Zip ties. Chloroform. Little Kings. Grape Mad Dog. Skittles. Morning after pills.
Comment 4. I make the shopping list at my house. I tell people when I start with the weekly meal plan to let me know what they want and an hour or so later announce last call. If people don't come and get it on the list, too bad. I buy the basics, bread, milk, eggs, condiments, and what's needed for the meals that week.
Comment 5. Excellent. May I suggest this gift for Father's Day?
Comment 6. I have a list on the kitchen bench. Shopping day is Wednesday. What people want, they write on the list sometime before Wednesday morning. If they forget, they can get it themselves or go without until next week. Only took 1 or 2 forgetful times before people started thinking for themselves. This is, obviously, only for those items specific to a family member, such as snacks and toiletries. I still made sure we had enough normal food, etc.